Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Now, the car-making giant BMW says it will shut its Oxford production line for several weeks next year, from the day that Britain leaves the EU. The German carmaker says it is scheduling the annual maintenance period to coincide with Brexit to minimise the risk of any possible short-term parts supply disruption in the event of a no-deal Brexit. And senior police officers have given a stark warning about what Britain's departure from the EU could mean for public safety on our streets. The National Police Chiefs Council claimed that a no-deal Brexit would make it harder for the police to protect people. Our senior Home Affairs correspondent Simon Israel has the story.
Ports are one of the areas under a National Police Impact Review if the UK crashes out of Brexit. Food supplies, medicinal stocks and possible protests are others. But talk of threats of widespread public disorder were played down today. Police chiefs' prime concern is a very real risk of losing crucial crime-fighting tools. So a new unit's being set up with 50 officers to provide a safety net.
I think there will be areas in Europe that will be more challenging to operate in. I think there will naturally some countries we align to very, very easily, where we'll probably have bilateral agreements that are very effective, and I think there are others that will be really challenging.
But the organised criminal will know this, won't they?
Well, the organised criminal is a bit of an entrepreneur of crime, which is why it's so important that we are prepared as best as we can around what these backup contingencies are. Yeah.
UK police are heavily reliant on cooperation with Europe. This year, British forces were involved in 51 joint investigations with Europol. In 2017, police and immigration accessed the EU-wide intelligence database 539 million times and used the European Arrest Warrant to bring 181 suspected criminals back to the UK to face trial. Similar warrants have been issued for the two Russians wanted for the Novichok poisoning of the Skripals and a police officer in Salisbury. That will only take effect should the two step foot into any one of the 27 EU states. But falling off the Brexit cliff would make their capture much harder to enforce. Police may end up having to rely on 60-year-old extradition laws that may no longer apply in certain countries. At the moment, the UK has instant and direct access to Europe's criminal record databases to check on those arriving here. But that too may be at risk.
The worst case scenarios from a policing point of view is that we're not going to have access to databases that tell both the UK and European justice agencies who's coming in and out of our countries and our member states. That's the real risk. We'll lose that information both here in the UK and in Europe. The other systems are a little bit slower, a little bit clunkier, and it might mean that people will slip through the net.
Police chiefs stress they are not predicting worst case scenarios in the event of a Brexit crash, but they are preparing for them.
Simon Israel reporting.